Hey, with chicken bacon, it's Cassie Frass, and I am doing another rose painting. Orange roses, they're often gifted after like a big accomplishment. They symbolize enthusiasm and new energy. And while I'm on this journey to create a rose piece every month of the year, I am using this energy, this vibe of the orange rose to visualize my growth and prosperity as an artist. I'm trying to conjure up some big changes in my life that would make the gift of orange roses appropriate. I am going to let my skill sets and talents as an artist help me find new opportunities. Now let me talk about the art process for this. So for this piece, I use my Mondo Llama gouache set. I actually have a whole review on my channel about these paints. So if you'd like to know more about them and how I feel about them, you could check it out. Don't forget to subscribe while you do that. Make sure to put a link to the video in my description as well. I mixed these paints to create a nice, lovely blood orange color. I'm trying something different. I decided to work more with a muted color palette for these, which isn't something what I usually do. So I wanted to keep the orange more grounded and less vibrant. And I'm also, once again, using my round brushes for the illustration. If you've already watched my review for these paints, you know that I'm not the biggest fan of this brand. I guess the kids would call them mid because they are beginner quality gouache. They get the job done though, and since this piece is going to be a mixed media piece, I'm going over it with some ink and some color pencil. It gets the job done. I wasn't asking them to be the best. I was asking them to just lay the colors down. So what I'm doing here, my palette, I am actually just using the lid of an old sandwich meat tub, and I put a moist paper towel inside and I just shut it. So that way when I take a break, like go for a walk, take a shower, whatever, the paints will stay moist. And this is just a little tip for anybody who likes to step away from their painting and they don't finish it in one sitting. It's just a good way to not waste paint. I'm tempted to water these gouache down for my next piece and use them as watercolors, see if I prefer them that way. You know, the best way to grow is to do a lot of experimenting. Oh my god, here's my little chihuahua getting in the way and sitting down on my painting. It's okay. He's my baby though. He gets away with everything. This piece is just an experience piece, just to test out a new way of looking at color theory. Typically, I would have used blue to create the shadows in this, but instead I just used browns. It worked out since I was going for a more muted color palette and it helped controlling the vibrancy. But I will say that the shades did not have enough contrast for my liking. But I am going over with my color pencils for this, so it's not a big deal. Just now I know if I was to use this as a strictly painting that I want to add those blues so I get more of that contrast in there and those shadows look deeper. It's why we experiment though. Now I have the knowledge, so next time I go for a piece like this, I will know better. Could find so much growth in your failures. I try to tell myself I can still learn from every piece I make, even the ones I don't like. It's still very early on in my rose drawings of the year, so I'm lucky to get my mistakes out so early. As the months pass, I will see my growth start to show little by little. You know, with time comes knowledge. As long as I'm trying, I know I am working and growing, and sometimes half the battle is just trying. I can be the type of person that gets in the way of their own success. So to combat this, I have been wanting to try and sell my artwork to local small businesses. I just need to print out some business cards so I could hand them out, because even if I don't make a sale, I could possibly get a commission from somebody who works there or somebody who just happens to patron the business. I could find clientele months later, even if I don't make a sale right away. I've been told I could sell some of my artwork to like Mexican restaurants. One, because I'm Mexican, and two, I do draw a lot of like Mexican women, so that's what you would want to put up in your restaurant. There's also a couple of dispensaries, like not even a mile away from where I live, and I do draw a lot of stoner themed illustrations, so that is another possibility. I'm a little nervous, but the worst thing they could tell me is no, right? Putting myself out there, it's a good way of making a name for myself. Just by going out and meeting people, they're gonna know me, they're gonna know I'm an artist, and even if they don't purchase a painting from me, they could still be like, you know what, my daughter, I would like for her birthday or her quince, drawing of herself, and I could do that, and it'd be a great way to start getting some recognition for my artwork and making a name for myself as an artist in my town. Oh, here I am going in with the color pencils just to add a little pizzazz and contrast and texture into this bad boy. I can't attract people who want to use my skills if I don't show off my skills. So I am going to try and make it a goal for the end of the month to at least try and sell a painting to a small business. I guess you could say I suffer from imposter syndrome, but I have to remind myself that confidence is 50% of salesmanship. Growing up, I was a late bloomer, I was always into stuff like the smaller kids were into, even though I was older. So it's hard for me to believe that I can accomplish things because I didn't always meet the expectations and goals that my peers were making. But that's fine. The reason why I wasn't like my peers is because I was stuck inside. Instead of socializing, I was drawing and collecting Care Bears, even at the ripe old age of 16. So there's always a voice inside my head telling me that I'm not up to par, that I can't accomplish things, but I can't go anywhere if I don't try. Even if I get 1,000 no's, the first yes, that's gonna make it so much sweeter. Every ounce of effort that I put into myself, I am one step closer to making my goals. Even if they're just baby steps, they're better than not trying at all. I will overcome my fear of failure by giving myself the grace to fail. That's just something I need to tell myself every single day. And for anyone wondering, I am using a Faber-Castell Pitt pen. I'm using the brush pen, which it was just creating these lovely flowy lines. I was having a great time doing this. This is one of my favorite ways to flourish a rose, is by adding these little squiggles. Now, this may sound corny to a lot of you because my YouTube scripts are just edited versions of my journal entries, but like how a bud blossoms into a rose, I too can bloom and reach my full potential. I am a talented artist with over 10 years of practice. Even if other people have more skills than me, if they're more successful than me, that does not distract from my talents and my craftsmanship. My skills can take me places. I have all the necessary items to open new opportunities for myself, in myself. Everything I need to succeed is already in me. The skills I have cultivated and the talents I work on are what I need to accomplish my goals. All I need to do is sprinkle in the confidence and I could grow and achieve them. If I can give myself the strength to believe in myself, I can do great and hard things. My future is in my own hands, and I will be successful because of it, because I work on my art and I am a talented artist. And I hope everyone who's watching this knows the same thing applies to you. Don't ever count yourself out. I know it's scary to put yourself out there, but I promise you the results are worth it. Sometimes the hardest step is just getting it started. Everyone grows and prospers at their own speed. If you're afraid to go alone, there is plenty of people on their own journey who would love to keep you company. In fact, I'm sure if you comment down your Instagram or any social media that you share your artwork with, you'll get a ton of people following you and encouraging you. And you'll find a lot of people who want to support you. And I want everyone to feel like they have a support system. And maybe I'll start a Discord server for anyone interested in this. I know I haven't been uploading to my channel, so I don't have much of a following. But if you're interested, don't be afraid to subscribe and comment and annoy me about opening a Discord server so we could have a bit of community here. I really hope we all can reach and achieve our goals, and I know we can do it together. So I will see you later, Gators. If you have any questions, don't be afraid to comment. If you want to see me progress in my rose drawings, don't forget to subscribe. And if you found this video motivational and inspiring, or if you just enjoyed it, leave a like. So I will see you later, Gators. Bye-bye.